It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForge reporting from the sidelines. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Scotty Barnes.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that Coach would probably like to see him reverse.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Mitchell. Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the Raptors, the guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. And it's Pirtle in at the center position. Well, the sand has basically run out on the proverbial timer. At this point, Greg, you're either in or you're out.
Yeah, for most teams, the future is certain. It's the playoffs or 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Teams are either building for the future or liking what they've got.
And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Ingram outside. Four on the shot clock. And it's Pirtle that time on the assist from Ingram.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you as a coach, you've got a lot of confidence in Ingram taking that shot.
Powell for 3. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. It's Ingram on the wing. 23 points his last outing. And the layup's good off the glass. Ingram's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Ingram's very efficient when he gets the ball that close to the basket.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Down low. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Back to Pirtle. Quickly finds Barrett. Count the basket.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
And another of these young, talented players out of Canada, R.J. Barrett, is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
The Raptors have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
Well, look, you need to get up on Ingram, but then he has the quickness to put it on the floor and get all the way to the rim.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside, Hero. Wiggins kicks to Powell. Kicks it out to Hero. Pulls up, high post. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Yeah, just a flick of a wrist. Tyler Hero with the scorer's mindset.
Quickly the pass to Barrett. Toronto working the ball around now. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Raptors in second.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Now, Hero. Last time out, he had 14 points. Barrett against Hero. Ingram kicks to Barrett. Ingram left side. It's over Powell. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
The drive by Mitchell. Adebayo, and a wide open look here for Wiggins. Good on the triple. Wiggins has got his third basket of the night right there.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
In the corner, it's Ingram for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, he's been hot out of the gates, 4 for 5, and he might just be getting started.
The Heat have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Very solid start for them. Here's Powell. Barnes grabs the miss. So for the Heat, last game a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
In the corner, Barrett with it. Offline with his three. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. For three, Ingram. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
The Heat with the lead. Hero passes to Adebayo. Goes up on the block, and it's denied. Here's Murray Boyle. He's covered by Hero. And here's Ingram from the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
And while many teams are a revolving door of head coaches, Stan, the Heat have valued continuity.
They absolutely have. Eric Spoelstra is one of the longest tenured coaches in NBA history. Only Greg Popovich and Jerry Sloan coached their teams longer. And Spoelstra has had great success, leading the Heat to 6 finals while winning 2 of them.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Powell outside. Wiggins outside. And again, Miami with the triple.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Miami's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Jaquez bounce pass. Wiggins. And it's a great finish!
Oh, wow.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
Jonas is checked in for Tyler Hero. So here we are, Greg, looking at this roster of the Raptors. What is the path to contention?
Well, perhaps an opening in the East for them to make a move. Going from good to great, it's tougher and will require them to develop or acquire some superstar talent.
Here's Jonas, quickly covering. In the corner, Powell with it. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Heat lead by 3. And here are the Raptors now. It's Ingram on the wing. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, Ingram can go shot for shot with anybody in the league. That 3 at the other end only seems to fuel his fire.
Here's Jonas. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Count it.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the Raptors with the ball. Here's Ingram. Out to Barrett. Back to Ingram. Pass to Barrett. From 17 feet out. Ingram can't get that one to fall. Miami's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Jaquez can't hit. Here's Toronto, trailing by 2. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the scoring.
Doing its job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Jonas, quickly covering. Jonas's shot is good.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Barnes finds quickly from the arc. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Miami. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Miami.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
Emmanuel quickly out there with Walter. Then it's Grady Dick. And it's Mamu Kalishvili in at the 4-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now a look at the stats for Scotty Barnes.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it. Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 1. And that one's good, Barnes.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul. Jaquez the pass to Wade. And he jams it with authority.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Toronto's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Out to Ingram. Ripped away. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about. This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up." Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Has to wear. Powell outside. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Davion Mitchell's checked in for Jonas. Here's Jaquez. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Good on the shot. Larson's got his first 2 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Toronto's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3 corners. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And the defense could not keep up with Barnes on that drive. He just took it right to him.
In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
Toronto, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field.
Well, when Ingram gets it going like this, he's a very hard man to defend.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it.
Walter, he's checked in for R.J. Barrett. Ware dishes to Powell. Back to Ware. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The Raptors with the lead. The kick out to Barnes. Pass to Walter. And here's Ingram from the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Ingram's got 31.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Mitchell passes to Ware. Jaquez outside. Ingram with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. And here's quickly for 3. That's good. And it's Ingram with the assist. Ingram's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get primetime positioning inside.
Toronto leading by 5. In the corner, it's Ingram from downtown. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Powell outside. Pass to Adebayo. Stolen. Barnes kicks to quickly. Back to Barnes. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Powell right side, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Brandon Ingram. GA now in U3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Hamu Pelishvili is checked in, and Barrett subbed in for Walter. And Miami also making a switch. Heroes checked in for Jaime Jaquez. The Heat trail by 9. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. With 1 game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. Taking a look at Toronto and trying to get in the playoffs. If they stay the course, they will. And, of course, there's the Heat sitting there 4 spots below.
And right now for Miami, they have their postseason journey mapped out. This is their last game before the play-in, which they are a lock for, hoping to break through from here and into the playoffs.
Well, that's a huge part of Ingram's game. He can really do damage from the perimeter.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Brandon Ingram. He's putting up about 21 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to defend on.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Adebayo with a screen on Barrett. Hero, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. And he drops it in from the low post. Ingram's got 44.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Adebayo with a screen on Ingram. Parsons. No good, unable to end this run.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Hurdle, he was checked in for Toronto. Walter comes in for Quickly. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard as we've gotten into the second half of the season. These teams have become better and better, scoring points off turnovers. The Raptors in second.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, they're getting into teams, forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
There's Hero with the three. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
I mean, he's doing all he can. He needs help.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
And the Raptors with the ball, following the three-point attempt by Bam Adebayo.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Hero, that's a two-pointer, and it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Ingram outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Walter. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Powell down low. Barrett covering. Pass to Walter. Three-pointer. Cans it from downtown.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Miami's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Mitchell. Powell outside. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Powell's got 7 points for the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Outside Barrett. It's Ingram on the wing. Another one goes. Incredible. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Mitchell with it. Picked up by Barrett. Mitchell kicks the foul. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Raptors leading by 23. And slammed up by Ingram.
Yeah, huge game from Ingram. He does this so often. Maybe one of the most overlooked stars in the league.
The Heat have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Now, Hero. D right on him. Mitchell outside. 5 to shoot. No good on the 3. And Ingram puts up a deep 3. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We come back right after this.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Toronto Raptors. So, fellas, what other types of lopsided contests does this remind you of?
May 19th is like me versus Kenny in a dunk contest.
Or May 20th, Shaq versus me in a foul shooting contest.
Or either of you versus me in a staying on topic contest?
Oh, good one, Ernie.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Raptors.
They're breaking at every opportunity, which we are seeing across the league, Shaq.
Yeah, once the defense is set in half court, it's tougher to score.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's up.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first two quarters.
Well, it's nothing new for him. They are at their best when he's setting the table like that.
On the court for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Mitchell. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Hero in the shooting guard. It's good. Hero's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Heat.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
Here's quickly. Pass to Barrett. Fires the three. Miami grabs the miss. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. Into the third game of this three-game road trip.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season.
And another one!
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. To the inside. Powell with the steal. Pass to Hero. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
Here's Ingram. Banked in off the glass. Ingram's got 57 points.
Huge night for him. I love how he's searching for his shot attempts, trying to carry them to the finish line.
Powell outside. Takes a three. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds in the game. Quickly finds Barrett. It's Ingram on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy. And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Mitchell kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Hero. The tray. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Ingram. Yet another bucket.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Wiggins outside. Powell for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Mitchell with the bounce pass. Here's Adebayo. Nice D from Barrett. Here's Toronto now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. A stand multiple defensive selections for Bam Adebayo.
Well, look, Kevin, Bam Adebayo has 3 key things for a defender. All right? He is smart, he is tough, and he is very, very versatile. He can guard virtually everyone on the floor at a given time.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And he makes that one. 20 points for Tyler Hero.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Raptors.
Quickly kicks to Ingram. Raptors moving the ball around. Shoots over Powell. And yep, another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. The Heat have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Outside, Adebayo. Mitchell wide open. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. It's Ingram on the wing. Barnes outside. Launches it. And again for 3.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey guys, Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, the way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work. Back to you, Kevin.
High praise indeed. Allie, we thank you very much. Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. Shot clock at 5. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Barnes with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Barnes passes to Ingram. Unloads from 13. And another one falls.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Back to Mitchell. And he lays it straight in. Mitchell's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
And so here's Toronto. Ingram left side. Now here is Pirtle. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And got it! Another basket.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
Toronto's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. That one good for 2.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And how about the confidence of Wiggins? His teammates want him to take those shots.
Out to Ingram. Lets it go from deep. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson.
Hits it again. Wow.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for second place for points. What an unbelievable night.
To think that he has eclipsed Kobe's mark of 81 and now has his sights set on 100 this is a game you'll be talking about for decades.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. From past the arc, good, another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record book.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And Klay Thompson, viewed as one of the best shooters ever to play this game. Hard to believe that the mark of 14 made threes has been passed here this evening.
Toronto calls timeout.
Brandon Ingram.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Chalk up two there.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Barrett against Mitchell. Pass to Larson. Back to Mitchell. Fires from deep. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Here he goes. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors, able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
We've got Walter and Murray Boyles in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And he lobs it up.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And Toronto has possession. Here's Dick. Drills it from outside. Dick's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to Dick. The 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Here's Larson. Driving the lane. And the powerful one-handed slam.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Dick in the corner. And again, it's Toronto with the 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Toronto. Pass to Adebayo. In low and off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, Adebayo's going to work inside. That's what they want him to do.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And another one falls. Amazing. feet.
This is just flat out insane.
Mitchell against Ingram. Right side, Adebayo. Back to Mitchell. This one for three. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Adebayo's got 5 assists tonight.
Wow, such a skilled 5. Bam's passing is really important to this offense.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Outside, Adebayo. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Adebayo's got 6 here in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. He's defended by Ware.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
From about 16. Rebound by the Raptors. Ingram outside. Lets the 3 fly. And again for 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Mitchell passes to Jaquez. Here's Adebayo. And it's Mamu Kelishvili with the rebound. The Raptors have gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. So the wing on the left. Ingram outside. Just 5 on the clock. Dick passes to Ingram. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
What's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Heat. And it's Ware in the corner. And again, it's the Heat missing.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Here's Ingram. And good! He hits it again.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. A new single-game scoring record.
Oh, history being made as we speak. Unbelievable.
And Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game has been surpassed. Pick up the phone. Let everybody know something special has happened here tonight.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Pass to Murray Boyle. Looking for Ingram. He gets it in there. Here's Murray Boyle. Lets it go with the 3. And Ware pulls it down. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Mitchell passes to Ware. Jaquez outside. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the 4th quarter. Really getting it done. For 3, Ingram. It's good from long range.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Has to Ware. Lets it fly. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And here is Ingram. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Jaquez can't hit. Here's the Raptors with the ball. Pass to Ingram. Dick up top. Jaquez defending. And there it is for him.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
From 12 feet out. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Good O, better D. Sometimes it works out that way.
16 feet away. And a pick comes off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, that could be a tough shot, but easy there for Brandon Ingram.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. 1:35 left to play in the final quarter. Raptors moving the ball around. For 3, Ingram. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Raptors.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one.
Great to hear the crowd showing their appreciation. We are witnessing something truly remarkable.
Well, a scoring game, GA, that ranks with the all-time greats. He's just been going off.
Well, this is an historic performance we're witnessing tonight. He's been getting anything he wants, and the defense simply has no answer.
And the Raptors making a change here. Shed's checked in. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
They grab their own miss. Wiggins from outside. Here's Adebayo. And at last, they get one to fall.
Well, Adebayo's going to go after that offensive board. He is relentless in his effort.
Pass to Murray Boyle. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Ingram. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Mitchell with it. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
Brandon, hot shooting for you tonight. Where do you get that confidence level to take over like this?
Just coming in, working on my routine every single day. I think my teammates put me in a really, really good position to step in the shots and give me confidence on the basketball floor to shoot the ball and also give them the basketball to do whatever they want on the floor to create and make something happen. So confidence comes from my teammates.
And you've been a great teammate as well. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And now, our player of the game, Brandon Ingram.